What it is? What's up? Frocast in the cut. It's your boy Mavi. True Mavi. Whatever you wanna call me, man. We in this bitch. I'm with Jardel. I'm with Jay, and we got something nice for you guys. Something nice, updated. We're gonna keep this nice, man. What we talking about today? We are talking about people across the city protesting for Black Lives Matter, and in the UK, especially, that are tearing down statues.
Mm-hmm.
How this occurred was we were in a group chat, something came up, and we all felt a
Yeah.
way about it. Everybody was cheery. Yeah, we're tearing down the statues, standing up for black people, whoop de whoop. I'm all for it. Jay's all for it. But
Oh,
at the same time, we have to respect everybody's opinions here. That's what we're here to talk about. We're here to discuss, debate, you know, and
hey, I just
share
want to, I just
thoughts.
want to clarify first of all. I'm not like all for it, but so I don't agree in the complete tearing down of a statue.
Mhm.
But what I do agree with is that statue should never have been put down in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That
fine.
should never even have been brought into mention. So people have
That's
walked
fine.
past that for years, not knowing what's happening or who that was. Now
Mm.
we know. Everyone is in agreement that it should go, and they did that.
Uh
They
huh.
took it into their own hands, which is up to them. That's fine, in my opinion. But I don't agree with taking down, like I don't know, public ornament statues, whatever, but it shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Uh huh.
Right. So I agree with what Jay said. It shouldn't have been there in the first place. But the fact that it's there,
Mhm.
for me, it should have stayed there. But the reason that I'm saying it should have stayed there is because, say for instance, you have, I don't know, like a little white boy that's walking down the street and he sees a statue and he's questioning what that statue's for.
Mhm.
You've got a bunch of not necessarily false history, but you've got a bunch of history that's put in front of the statue or on the little podium where it stands about how what he did for this country XYZ, yeah,
Mhm.
but it doesn't actually tell you the whole story about what he's done
Mhm.
with the slavery and I can't remember the whole story, but with basically he's a slave master or slave owner or slave trader.
Mhm.
So for me, what I was saying is that basically I feel like we should keep the statue there,
Mhm.
or anything that has to do with slavery or any statues that have like underlying history,
Uh
yeah,
huh.
it should have the proper true history there for people to go, right, okay, that's a true history there. He done this, but he also did this.
Mhm.
But in the
Yeah.
form of a statue,
Huh?
or in the form of a
That's
statue,
that's
or
No,
that's
in the
where that's
form
what I think as well.
in the form of a plaque. So the statue's already there. You should put something
Like a
next
plaque
to it.
under it or some shit at the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
see, that's what I
You should
disagree
never ever
with.
build. You should never ever build like a statue
Yeah,
of
but I disagree with
someone.
that whole thing entirely, though, because
Now
I
let
don't
me
think there
finish
should
my
be
point. Let me
anything in the
finish my point.
public
Let me
at
finish my
all.
point. Let me finish my
God,
point. Let me finish my point.
don't make sense, though.
So when you have no, but that's what I'm saying. I can't have a
Okay,
conversation
keep
about.
keep talking. Keep talking.
Keep talking. I've stopped. Keep talking.
What
Let
I'm
land.
Sorry
saying
about
is,
it.
I'm saying you have the statue there. It's there already. If the Black Lives Matter protests didn't happen, that statue would still be there.
Mhm.
It'd still be standing. No one would know what the fuck it meant.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Is that if you put statues, like us as a black community should put not statues, they should put plaques in place where the statues stand, giving the factual information or the factual history behind it.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. It's never an idolizing slavery sort of thing. It's always given the facts behind it.
Mhm.
It's like the facts behind it weren't given. That's why people didn't know about it.
Um.
But as soon as the media did a bit of digging
Uh huh.
and found out, oh, this guy's a slave master, all of a sudden the whole UK, the whole of the UK and the whole of Bristol
Mhm.
now knows that guy was a slave owner or a slave master or a slave trader.
It's this embodiment of power that a
Yeah.
statue has. Now,
Hmm.
why would you? I think it's a really bad contrast that you have a statue of this embodiment of power, and someone to walk past it, read it, and say, look, you're looking down to read the shit, and you find out he's a slave owner. You look up, and it's this great person. That's where it's a
Right.
bit like, yo,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Okay. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
hey,
Yeah.
can I,
But
Okay.
yeah. But
can I
no.
talk
But
quick?
no. Okay.
Uh.
So, with Jardel's point earlier, the statue should be there because it's already there and nothing to
Mhm.
do about it.
Yeah.
Next to the statue should be a plaque.
Uh huh.
That whole statement to me is completely incorrect. The reason being, whether you like it or not,
Mhm.
the fact of a statue is the embodiment, like you said, of power. It's there to be idolized. Ronaldo has statues. Whatever presidents they've got, Mount Rushmore. Those figurines that carved into in material, that's there for the reason of idolizing it, whether you like it or not.
Okay. And the fact that it's going to be there for to
regardless of who's looking at it. It might be a white kid, black kid. The first thing they're going to say is, "Oh, it's a statue. That must be there because it's got good meaning, or there's something behind it. That's a great part of history."
Yeah.
So for me, right, for the counter to that argument is like, say for instance, a building that's been used as a slave house, or a place where slavery has been, well, it's been built from slavery. You're gonna then tear down that building, even though that's a great building. That's a great building that people use daily. You're gonna then tear it down because your ancestors built it essentially for free.
But this isn't a building. This isn't a place where people can
occupy. What I'm saying, but what you're saying is you're saying it's a building of power, right? Or it's a symbol of power.
Statement, yeah.
It's a statement of power. Architecture is also a statement of power, and a statue is classed as architecture.
If that's been renovated and the history of it's been changed from something that was negative.
Negative, right? Exactly.
No, but exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is where you have the statue, there. You have the statue that shows it's all great and powerful, right? But then you have the actual factual information next to it that's telling you basically what this brother does or what this brother did, and how we used to view him.
All right, think of it like this. That statue is in the UK, right? Cool. Now let's think about how resourceful and powerful Africa was before all this slavery. Why is there the only thing we have left is Egypt and the pyramids? Cool. But why is that? Yeah. Why are people now disrespecting it by leaving rubbish? You know, it's a tourist attraction, cool. They leave rubbish there. They're opening tombs where people have died. People are opening them and taking pictures inside those tombs. You know how imagine someone imagine if someone dug you out your grave and took a picture of you in the fucking grave.
No, that's facts. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, as you were saying before about architectural structures like buildings, this isn't a building like a plantation that was used. This is a statue. That's like the Nazi concentration camps. Wait there, listen. The Nazi concentration camps. You've got the camp. Listen. You've got the camp, and then you've got the generals who ran the camps. This is like having a statue of the general in the public, not keeping the building there. The building, by all means, let it stay because that's where the history was made. That's why it happened. The statue of the person is not the history behind it. It's one negative person. Like the slave owner is a negative person.
Okay.
We shouldn't keep the statue of that negative person because there's meaning behind it. No, keep the plantation.
Yeah,
show people around it. That's different.
But what I'm saying for that is, not every statue you have is going to be positive and all dandy and rosy about some powerful guy that made X amount of money, help these people. You need to have these statues that are around the UK that people still haven't identified as slave masters or people that flipping are sex offenders or rapists, and you haven't identified that. They're still around the UK today. They haven't got the same factual information.
People have identified that because the fact that it was built because it's been identified.
Okay, but it's still standing with the non-factual information in front of it. There's no non-factual
information in front of it, though. Otherwise, it wouldn't be put there. They know what happened.
Can you let me why it's there before you butt in?
But what you're saying, like I've said, is wrong.
No, but what I'm saying,
it's based on real facts. They put the statue there, knowing that the guy was a slave owner. He did other things as well.
Okay.
As he was a slave owner, it's not non-factual.
Yeah. Does it matter the fact that it was built 50 years ago? Does it matter?
It does. The context.
Huh?
The context.
Yeah, 100%.
In the contemporary society, you have to think about that.
What I'm saying is, they could easily put by a bit of land, for us to put a statue up if we fronted the money.
Because black people were suppressed too. You have to think about that shit. We had to feed families and buy. Niggas won't think about summing up money to buy a statue. The white man would say, "What the fuck is you thinking having a statue?"
But that's what I'm saying. Us as a generation, us as the youngsters, us as the new sort of generation of the black community should be thinking, "Yo, fuck this shit. They got a fucking slave owner over there. I'm gonna put someone of black power on the street." So when that white kid, like I was saying before, looks at that slave owner that was there, sees the plaque of the slavery shit, and then sees the black equally equally looks as powerful,
But
I'm
there
gonna be
isn't.
like, shit.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Everything you say makes sense, but there isn't people of that statue of power in everyone's eyes who is black. That's the point. So when we put forward to say, "Oh, this guy," there isn't. That's a fact. There isn't.
They're in.
No,
In
bro.
our eyes, there might be,
Jardel, you
but
know this. We've
as a
seen
whole,
since
there
this
isn't.
George. Let me talk real quick. Since this George Floyd shit popped off, rest in peace. You have seen people come out with their true colors. So now it's not just black people have to fight the police and the government and the system. You know that there are people our age and others that think that have these bro that are racist.
All lives matter.
All lives matter and shit like that. So when you put up a statue of in this day and age right now, right? Let's say a black person puts up a statue of someone of a black person doing something great, right?
Yeah.
There are people in that society that will think, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, but
And
there's
they'll
always
think,
gonna
oh, where's our statue? When your shit's there, nobody's
Right,
talking
let me-
about it though.
So Jay was saying there's no one of black power or black.
There is a black
Right.
power, but to them, there isn't.
Mhm.
No,
Not
but
even-
that's what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Who gives a fuck what they think, right? That's what I'm saying. Unity. That's the thing. We need to build the community. It's not.
I understand what you're saying. We have to go against the grain and push past our oppressors, yeah. But it's not
Fact.
just simply saying it because they're the people in charge.
Now that's the
Even when
thing.
we want to do our own things, yeah. We want to buy that land. Who we buy the land
Okay.
from? First of all, the people that own the land prior to us buying
okay.
it is already the people who don't want us to buy the land.
Another
So how are we
thing.
just going to go out and get it?
You
We
can't
can.
legally say because you're black you cannot buy land.
Don't
Now here's
legally
here's
say that.
here's an
Don't
here's
say that,
another thing.
obviously.
Okay, we
No,
not
fact.
that we can't, but it's harder, right? It's always been harder. You know that. Another
Yeah,
thing
fact.
is this. You say that we have to walk out the yard and fight against the oppressor, go against the grain and shit. Think about this.
Mm.
In your RE lessons or anything like that, why is it that we've always learnt about Martin Luther King, right?
Not about Malcolm X.
And not about Malcolm X, who was going
Right.
against the grain.
Facts.
They don't want you to think that we can
Yeah.
go against the grain.
I'm not going to say, oh,
Me
because you're
personally,
black.
I didn't know a thing about Malcolm X until probably
That's
from
what I'm
year
saying,
7 to year 11. I didn't know a thing. I heard people talk about it in music videos, in their songs and shit like that. I didn't know a fucking thing. So now
what
they're
I'm saying.
teaching black people that we have to love our neighbors and shit like that. You saw the shit I put on my Snapchat, right?
Mm.
If a white girl goes into a school, goes back home and says 20 Negroes fucking rape me and shit like that, white people aren't gonna say, oh, you know what, hey, let's walk outside, let's go protest. They would go fucking crazy.
Facts.
But then a black girl goes back home and it was cool, bro. They had a license, right, to kill Negro. It was called the Negro hunting license. That shit was fucking real. And you could just go out and fucking kill a black person, and it was in the fucking law. It was law abided. You can sign it. It's cool. It's a license, right? Now you have a black woman goes back home and says, "Dad, I got raped by several white people," and a black person's gonna look up to Martin Luther and say, "You know what? Hey, love our neighbor. Cool. Hey, it is what it is. We're gonna fight. We're gonna work out and protest." Nah. So then when when people are looking up to Malcolm X, who's saying we have to fight against the oppressor, if you see your black person, if you see your friend or someone in the black community getting abused by the police, go help him out, go fight back. But the schools and the government don't want you to learn about that shit. And now you have exactly. And now you think about that. Now think of in Africa, right, which is governmentally corrupt, because the governments are signing shit with other countries saying, hey, we're gonna give you our shit, but please don't bomb us and shit like that, because we're not nuclearly or technologically advanced in Africa, right? So now you think about that in school, you look at Africa now, and all you can see is black people being suppressed. You feel me? So you're us as a black community are gonna think we cannot unite.
Bruh,
All this peaceful stuff you're trying to push, like, don't do because the protests are violent. You shouldn't bring down.
I think fucking let's go with the protest. I think fucking let's go.
Yeah, I think let's go too. Yeah.
But I think the statue, that was a stupid move. I think everything else is fine.
I think, but I think obliterate it, destroy it with all your strength. every single black person come together in that one strip and destroy it. We know it's wrong, get rid of it. If you see something wrong in the street happening, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stand back or let it happen? Nah, you're gonna fix it because you know it's wrong. All we've been taught is to stay back and not do nothing about it.
Okay.
Even though it's wrong, let other people take care of it. Nah, we're done. That's what this is about. We're finished.
Listen, what I'm saying is how people went from we literally went from slaves to actually owning land. Look at the difference between
how long ago was it that we fought for
owning
civil
land.
rights? You think that's equal? How long ago was it that we fought for civil rights? We only just got civil rights. It's not even equal rights. We're fighting right now for equal opportunity, which we don't have. So you're saying, why don't we put our money together and become and become landowners? Because we just got the rights to even think about that. We just got been able to do that just now. You seem to have the opinion, which is absolutely fine because it's your opinion, that black people as a whole aren't doing enough to support their community. First of all, okay.
Support themselves.
We don't support ourselves.
I think black people as a whole are not doing enough to support themselves.
Okay, that's great. That's your opinion. But the way that happens is we have to get the opportunities so that we can support ourselves. Me specifically, I've been given a great opportunity. I've got a job, blah, blah, blah. But that is not the same for every single, or no, the majority of black people.
That's what I'm saying. You've been given an opportunity. I've been given an opportunity.
Yeah,
McCarthy's given an opportunity as an
that's
employment.
Great. But that's us personally. When the majority of black people don't get that opportunity.
What I'm saying now is we take that opportunity, we harvest that opportunity, and provide other opportunity for black people.
Is that not what we're doing? You just said for yourself, you don't think we do enough. We are trying to do that.
We can get a job. Jay can get a job. I can get a job. You can get a job. But you can't just say, "Hey yo," I can't just say, "Hey yo, Barris, hey, come work with me," innit? No, he has to go through the fucking same application system as well.
What I'm saying is to make a store. Like if you make a store, you make your own business, and you're saying that it's hard to make a business. I could literally make a business online.
That's not the same. You can't. Can you employ someone right now and give them enough money to survive?
Literally make a business right now.
Can you? Yeah. Can you employ someone?
As soon as that takes off, or as soon as I got my shop open, or as soon as I'm selling my fucking fruit,
regardless of race, that's gonna take years, Jardel.
Yeah, but
and the paperwork and the legal documents to even say you are an employer.
That's what I'm saying. As a community, we need to do that. As a community, as the next generation, we need to do that and bring black people up. That's what I'm saying. We need to
and it's not even like that doesn't exist. People are doing that. Not every white
people are doing that, but not to the degree that white people have been doing it for all these years.
Fucking suppressed.
Okay, you've been suppressed, but you have the opportunity now to do it. So do it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. We wanted to get back onto the statue point, right? Cool.
Yeah.
After everything we've talked about, the slavery, how we've all been suppressed, how black people have been suppressed. Yet, okay, we'll have the statue up. Let's just talk about their history too. Alright, cool. That's just minimal. A plaque is minimal to what the fuck has really been going on, Jardel. Yet they want to embody this powerful slave master.
What I'm saying is you have that statue up, yeah. You got that statue up. Now you're just taking it down. Now there's literally a podium left there, which will probably get removed. And now that guy that was looking all powerful is now gone.
Great.
It's great.
That is correct. It's completely gone. Gone. If the news didn't report on that and someone was just to take it down one day, no one was to report on it, we would never known it was gone.
Exactly.
We would never known it was there. Right. What I'm saying is the reason why no one knew it was there was because history behind it, there was no significance to it because everyone thought it was just it's just an old general statue. It don't matter.
Because then when you realize in the climate and then when you do the research and you realize the climate we're in right now, that's gonna fucking outrage you.
Right, that is gonna piss you off, yeah. But what I'm saying is, put the plaque there. Let the little say for instance, let the little Jewish boy that has no clue about fucking Auschwitz, none of that shit, none of the stuff that oppressed his actual religion. Let him walk past that statue and see that. Let him see that plaque and understand why it's there. Let the white person that's in that town also, the little white kid, walk past that plaque and understand who the fuck that guy is.
Right.
And what
the reason the statue was put there in the first place. Forget about now.
You're saying that the statue idolizes them, right?
Well,
If you put a plaque that degrades them,
why did people take it down in the first place? They read the shit and found out that he was a slave master. There's nothing left to say.
Okay, but if the news didn't report on the fact he was a slave master, or just said
do your research, yes,
you have to do your research as to why people took it down.
We
Yeah,
have to go do our research on any of our history. Please,
what?
the same way.
Right.
We have to do that.
Okay, right. But if a white person just sees the video of someone taking down the statue, like, oh, this is disgusting. Oh, this is all violent. They're all being violent. X, Y, Z. More negativity towards the black community.
That's right.
And again,
But
put the fact there, leave it, and be like, yeah, that guy was a slave master.
Let's keep looking at him some more.
Now think of it.
He's there. He's dead. I don't give a fuck. The guy's gone. It's the point that I made before, right? Where I said we have those statues and we get those statues and we put them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are talking about obviously black people can't fund the money. Why don't we say to the government and put, say, for instance, a petition
shut up,
together
fuck the government. The government's the one that suppressed us in the first place. Carry on.
I just want to put it there.
All right. Okay. So say, for instance, you go, okay, I'm going to get a grant to put this statue here, right? Powerful black person that has a lot of money. Say, for instance, an actor like Idris Elba. So I don't want to put a statue there. Yeah?
The government is the one saying it's okay to kill a black person for doing fuck all. Jardel? That's what I'm saying. So if the law and people enforcing the law and the KKK still exists as an institute, not an organization, an institute in the system, right? Because if segregation ended, if black people had all rights, everything's cool. Okay, yes, we have a roof over our head, cool. But society is saying it's still all right for the KKK to exist.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Think about the contemporary society too. If all the slaves, right, back in the 18th century said, "Yo, let's save up our money, right? We're gonna save up our money. Let's." Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. So you have all the slaves saving up their money to have a statue of one of their lost brothers because he was standing up to the oppressor, right? Cool. Think about the society. The society at the time is gonna say, "No, fuck that.
Exactly.
What the fuck is you doing?" Now, think that same society is what exists today. Racism is still going on, Jardel. So we can't just say, and the bro.
If it was that easy for black people to go out their way and do stuff, there would not be this whole talk about oppression. This wouldn't be even this right wouldn't be mentioned if we could just do whatever we wanted to. The whole point is we can. That's the point. We're oppressed, so we can't do it.
The fact that it's in the news that a statue of a white slave owner was thrown to the ground. Why the fuck would they even post that on there? If everybody in Bristol was walking past it every fucking day and without a clue who it was, and then all of a sudden, protesters are throwing down statues of slave owners. Yeah. Do you know what the fuck's going on right now?
The plaque is significant. We're still gonna have to see the slave owner every day of our lives. Nobody's trying to see that.
But even though he's dead, he's dead. We don't have to think about him anymore. There are still people in this. There are still people that are silently racist. You won't get the job because you're black. There are people that are like that.
Is the money that was used from slavery to put that thing up is there? That's what I'm saying. It's there. That there is technically some black person's days of working there in the flesh, in money, in monetary value. Yeah, literally like a building, like I was talking before, like a building that's been resurrected during slave times. That is black people's labor, right? And you're telling me you want to take down the statue?
100,000 million% on my life, on my
soul. The reason,
bro, they had fucking street names of this guy. You know how proud you have to be, bro.
This is one person.
One person.
Hundreds of thousands of slave owners.
Facts.
That streets are named after. So this one person that you're effectively erasing history, whatever.
Like, why should he be looked up to?
No, but he's not even looked up. No, but that's what I'm saying. If you put the plaque next to
but
it,
why should he? But then why should he be looked up to negatively either?
Because the nigga's a slave owner. What the fuck? You just want to get.
He's a slave owner. Why the?
Yes, why would you want to not look up to him negatively?
I don't look up to him at all. That's the point.
We've been slaves for X amount of X amount of time, right?
No.
So, okay. So
this is another point.
Talk.
Right. Okay. So you just said it there. What did you say, Jay? You said, why would we even want to look at him, right?
Why are we
What
looking
I
at?
put up on my Instagram, right, with people actually getting run over, yeah, and they're on the floor and they've been shot by rubber bullets, yeah. They've been shot by rubber bullets, police brutality, right? People don't want to see it, yeah, but they've looked at they've looked at my Instagram and they've looked at it and they've seen it, and they understand now that police brutality is a thing because they literally just seen
That's different.
people dead, people's flipping heads, like there's blood.
Exactly, because that's the
Right,
graphic.
right,
that is
right.
what it is. That's the real life shit. But then that shows you this is what's happening. A fucking statue won't tell you what the fuck he was doing.
That's what I'm saying. Put a plaque there. That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
it's not enough, Jardel. It's not enough. It's not
No,
enough.
but when you put a plaque, no, what do you mean it's not enough?
It's
What do you mean it's not
it's just
enough?
in writing. It's just in writing. It's just in writing.
Okay, right,
Imagine in schools, yeah, all they did was say, "Hey guys, okay, we're gonna talk about slavery. This happened. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna talk about the fucking Great Plague." It's not enough. There is evidence that black people are being hanged on trees by large amounts of people, just watching people get hung and raped and shit like that. Yet you have a statue of someone so powerful, it's so big, Jardel, that you look down, read the shit, look up, and he's just there. That's not enough. It's not enough.
Does that not say enough about our society back in the past and how we've evolved?
Why isn't there enough statues of what we were coming through? We had to go through. Yeah. We're still being oppressed.
Yeah, okay, I understand that we're still being oppressed, but what I'm saying is that statue there
Should still be there.
and
There's no plaque.
there should be a plaque there, and then the news report on it. That's what I say. That's
Alright,
what I say.
cool.
Sharp.
Because who's going to report on that? If nothing happens to it, and then news puts it, who's going to report on that? First of all, the media is not going to report on that.
Is it? Put the plaque there.
The media will not report on that because nothing has happened. If you put a plaque next to it, who the hell is going to care? You're telling me every single child that walks past that statue is then going to look at the plaque? No, they're going to see a statue of who they may or may not know is a slave owner. They're not.
They just walk past it every single day.
Once again, let me tell you what that statue means, even with the plaque. Okay, that statue means if you were a slave owner back in the day of when slaves and the British Empire was thriving through slavery, you in effect get a statue for all your hard work. You get streets named after you for all your hard work, and schools. If you were a slave owner back then, you get schools, streets, and a statue. Tell me, does that sound bad or does that sound good? Take away the slave owner. Just getting a school named after you, just getting streets, and just getting a statue. Does that sound bad in any way, shape, or form? No, that sounds ideal. So even if a plaque says this guy was a slave owner,
he's gonna say, "Hey, I got a statue though."
He got a statue. He's been immortalized. He's been looked up to by children, whether they know what it is or not, and he gets to school. Tell me,
Statue's name?
is that bad at all? Colston, Edward Colston, or something like that. Tell me, is that bad now? Is that terrible? So, hell no.
Bristol MP calls for Edward Colston statue to be removed.
Yeah, 2020. What was that? 2018.
And it's still there today.
And it's still there today.
So black people took it down, or not black people. Black Lives Matter protesters took it down. Sorry.
Because
is erected in 1895.
Exactly.
So nobody thought of taking it down till 2018. And the MP said, "Yo, take this shit down. It's fucking wild." Yeah, because we're citizens. Because we're citizens, we don't know this shit. We just walk past, see shit. There's statues in Gloucester too. You don't see me looking that because nobody gives a fuck until it fucking matters. That's what I'm saying, Jardel, bro. This is the climate, bro.
That's why I couldn't agree with what you're saying.
It said in the plaque. The wording on the scrapped plaque refers to Colston as one of the city's greatest benefactors, and later adds a significant portion of Colston's wealth came from investments in slave trading, sugar, and other slave-produced goods.
There you go. Doesn't sound like a bad thing to me if you get a statue and everything out of it as a white kid. As a young child whose brain is open to opinions and open to influence.
That is only up because it says something about what this country was built on. Yeah, he benefited from the slave trade.
And the city, because there's other things around the city that he put there.
Funded, yeah.
He put buildings up. He put
Like, so
schools
yeah,
up.
You
exactly.
have to burn the buildings as well. You have to burn the buildings, man. You have to
No
burn
one
the
said
buildings.
burn the buildings. Like, you're taking it out of proportion now. You're taking it too far out of context now. No one said
No,
burn buildings.
Jay. Because Jardel, you just said, "Oh, what are we gonna do? Building buildings now?" Now you're all for it.
I'm mocking it, bruv.
Yeah, he's been sarcastic. That's the point. He's trying to make a joke out of it.
No,
Because-
but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna take this down the statue, you're gonna rename everything. You might as well take down the buildings he put up as well.
yourself, they asked to get taken down in 2018. It's 2020. If it didn't get taken down, how long would it still be till that statue got taken down legally? How long?
A fucking
How long would it
MP.
take to get taken down? Someone of power.
What I'm saying is now you might as well take down the fucking buildings.
And if we do, we know what the fuck's gonna go down, Jardel. So no, black people aren't that fucking crazy. And if we did, we'd look like hooligans to the white man. And then what good does that do us? Because of this, it was a statue.
Of a white man.
Statue's
That's what it
not-
looks like to them.
A statue is minimal. There are people that work in these buildings, Jardel. We're smarter than that.
You just said, if a white person that statue, it's gonna look powerful, right? That's what you just said.
Mhm.
And you just took down that powerful statue
Yeah,
A
as a
statue-
black person. As a black person.
that's a statue.
Statues-
There are people living in these buildings or working in these buildings. We're not just gonna burn it down.
You were making but what I'm saying, but that's
Literally, in a literal sense.
it's still a statue built off of slavery. Not a statue. It's still a building built off of slavery.
Well, yeah, but people are now thriving off those, which could be black people and other ethnic minority groups.
That's what I'm saying.
No one was thriving or being successful off of that,
Off a statue.
bro.
Okay.
So
That's
why
fair
would you
enough.
A statue is an
That's
accessory.
fair enough.
People dash that because it's bro. A statue. Nothing's. You're not
No
getting
one-
paid to have a statue for you.
I think a statue should stay there, and you haven't changed my mind. That's it.
Alright, cool.
Simple.
Alright, cool.
I'm here to give you our opinion, and that's your opinion. That's absolutely fine.
Cool. Yeah.
Alright, where we at, man?
The thing is, yeah, no matter what happens, yeah, in like our conversations, yeah, the thing is, the best bit about it is we can just come out of it.
Jardel, shut up. Sit
Whoa,
down
whoa,
so I can do this fucking
whoa,
intro,
whoa.
man.
No, but the thing is,
I'm
man,
not fucking with you, bro. Come sit down and talk. We need to do this outro, then we can talk about the lovey-dovey shit. I'm not fucking with you, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry, man.
The thing is, guys, you can still be. No, nigga, sit the fuck down. Let's get out of here, bro. What I'm talking about. That is it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. More on the way. I don't know how long this bitch is. Probably been like an hour or so.
Yeah.
Oh, if you guys want to see more episodes, this is the dedicated channel. This is the dedicated channel, right? Shorter clips are going to be on my my main YouTube, which is True Mavi, so you guys can check out those. But without further ado, man, that's what's up. So it's been your boy True Mavi on the cam, man. I've been with Jardel, aka Icy in the building, and my boy Ayo. Is that Jay?
Sir,
Stop with that devilish bullshit, nigga. Come on now.
Hey, please, well,
But yeah, see you guys in the next episode. Deuces.
no cap, yeah. Wait, let me get closer. That was some good content, boys. That was some good content.
That was
I
some
like
nice content.
I know,
I'm still not fucking with you.
I was screaming.
but no. But the thing is,
I was screaming a hell of a lot, so I don't know if I wanted to go.
fuck that statue, boy. Fuck that statue. Take it down.
That's what
Yes. Take it halfway through. You convinced me, dead ass. I just kept going.
You hearing this? Y'all hearing this nigga,
Like,
bro?
when you're
You hearing this nigga, bro?
the crowd going.
Whose mans is this, bro?
Dead ass.
Whose mans is this, bro?
I literally was like, I don't like this guy. For 5 minutes, like dead ass. I was like, this guy, man.
Whose mans is this, bro?